All right, let's talk about Ben Simmons today. I think the Pistons should trade for Ben Simmons. Talk about Mark Jackson taking over. Dwayne Casey contract ends, was it 2022, 2023 season? He signed that 1 year extension last year. And Ben Wallace helping Isaiah Stewart and said he's going to be around a little bit more. Let's talk about those topics. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those social media links in the description. Reach out if you want to advertise the channel, be request, chop it up. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV, right here on YouTube. Check out the backup channels, Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0, Mercy Sports Talk 2.0, just in case something happened again. So, I was watching the interview with Mark Jackson and Shannon Sharp, and he said none of those things were, you can catching on Club Shay Shay. He said none of those things were true about him trying to convert, a guy like Andrew Bogut from atheism, if that's the word, being atheist, to coming over to Christianity. He said none of that is true. So we'll touch on that. But Ben Simmons is the hot topic. He said he'll play anywhere but Philadelphia. So, like I said before, man, I like Ben Simmons' versatility as a basketball player. I think today you can get away with playing him at the 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. And like I said before, does it concern me that he can't shoot? Absolutely. It concerns me that he can't shoot, that he's scared to shoot outside the paint. But maybe for him, a change of scenery to a blue-collar city might be what he need. Philadelphia, they're a little bit hard on their players. So, a change of scenery for Ben Simmons, it may be, I don't know why my camera looking like this. Hold on. Let's see if we get it right. It may be the right thing for him. A change of scenery, man. And I think, like I said, Detroit can accommodate him with shooting. From Olynyk to Luka Garza, Stewart starting to shoot it a little bit, to K to Bay. I mean, you got shooters on Detroit. That's one thing you don't lack, And if they're gonna play Cade off the ball, I think Ben Simmons can make the game easier for him. I think you got so much versatility with him. You can post him, you can pick and roll with him. He could be the ball handler, he could be the roller, he could be the popper a little bit. And I think a lot of people, some people talking about getting DeMar DeRozan in Detroit, and I'm like, he's just a little bit too old to be in a situation where, he's not fighting for a championship or he's not on a contender. I think he's a little bit too old. I think Ben Simmons is still young. He's been fairly healthy, some immaturity, yes, but I think he may be hungry to prove. He may be hungrier to prove that he wasn't a problem in Philadelphia. He came out yesterday and said that he didn't want to play with Joel Embiid no more. We know Embiid and Doc Rivers threw him under the bus. So he only 25. He just turned 25. You know what I'm saying? If you look at his contract, that's the major concern. If you didn't know, the Pistons and the Lions are two of the youngest teams in their respective league, but they have the most dead money. And I'm okay with that. At least I don't have dead money and I'm stuck with Blake Griffin or Josh Smith, Ben Gordon, and so on. Okay. I'd rather have dead money with younger guys. Because I'm not, people saying, well, why didn't they do nothing for agency? Why would they? Why would I go out here and try to do what Chicago doing? That's desperation. I'm a properly build a young team. And part of the thing about properly building a young team, okay, is that you got to see who you want to keep and who you don't want to keep. That's the $1 million question. Who you willing to get rid of, who you not willing to get rid of. It's rare that you have, players from, let's say you have players from 3 different draft classes. It could be 15, 18, 20, 21. It's rare that you get players that you want to keep all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's rare, but, the Pistons have an abundance of guys that you really like, from Luka to Sadiq Bey to Cade Cunningham so far on paper, Isaiah Stewart, Jeremy Grant. They have the assets to go get Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? You got the pick next year to go get Ben Simmons. It is top 16 protected with Houston, or you can say the year after next. You can say, you know what, Houston, I'm not willing to part ways with the 2022 draft pick, but you know what? By the 23 draft, I expect us to be contenders. And maybe 76 say, you know what, I don't think they're going to be contenders. I think they're going to be in the lottery again. So the 2022 pick is very, very good. You can top 5 protect that pick. If you are that bad, you do get a top 5 pick. You keep that pick, and also you get Ben Simmons. So they at the point where they're trying to keep Ben Simmons. That's the point they had. They trying to keep Ben Simmons, but he don't want to be there. He said, I'll play anywhere. I mean, Minnesota, Sacramento, the Knicks, Detroit, Indiana. That's where he at with it. Because, you know, at the end of the day, he going to get paid. That's the bottom line. He going to get paid. But I do think you putting him in Detroit stabilizes Detroit. One thing about it is you don't drop off defensively. Whoever you trade, you don't drop off defensively. You still the elite defender that you still got elite defensive team defense potential. You can't say the elite defensive team yet until they do it on the court. So, like I said about Ben Simmons, it's just a hunch. It's just something that I think I might pull the trigger on. And I kind of put all together later. You know, what's going on? Top of the morning to you, mate. I said again, stick to football. Who are you, bro? Like, you can get the fuck up out of here, man. I wasn't having a bad morning, but guess what? I got no problem blocking a nigga this morning early enough. Hold on. I got no problem block you. Shit, you don't start your own channel. I hate when niggas come over here and talk shit. Go start your own channel. You stick to football, you pussy. Shit. Yeah, I said what I said. Simmons and Cunningham would be a hell. It would be. And you wouldn't drop off versatility at all. You know, I mean, I don't know who you end up with trade. If you don't trade a major assets, it got to be a plethora or abundance of picks. I don't know who you would trade. Who you gonna have the ball? I don't like Simmons. He played the same, but at the end of the day, they not gonna put the ball in Cade Cunningham hands 100%. That's why they holding on to Killian Hayes. You know, would you rather have the ball in Killian or Ben Simmons' hands? It's a literal answer. I want a literal answer. He couldn't do nothing with talent he had in Philly. Now he's supposed to hear and go. It's different though than what he got in Philly. For one, you look at Philly, you look at Tobias Harris. To me, Tobias is a mid-range block player. You know, you look at Joel Embiid, he feel like he got to step out to the three-pointers to clear the lane for Ben Simmons. He's a natural block player that just can shoot the threes. Who else you got over there? Seth Curry can stretch out and shoot the three. But the difference about playing in Detroit is that he gonna have space. We got more shooters. If you keep Grant, he can shoot. He can accommodate Ben Simmons by shooting or cutting to the rim. He played perfect with Ben. You go with Cade Cunningham. You know, him and Simmons are big enough to play a two-man game. Do you understand the pressure that they would apply on other backcourts? They both can post. You know, Cade can shoot, so he really ain't got to shoot. Cade can find him on backdoors and down screens and cuts to the rim. Then again, you could play them both at the 3 and the 4. Eventually, they both can post up. So people don't understand. You say, okay, let's let Cade get some rest. I could put Ben Simmons at the 1, him and Bay and whoever else the hell they got. Him and Bay would be perfect because Bay not only can post up, he can pick and pop. You know, Simmons can roll. He can be the dribbler. It's a lot that you can do with Ben Simmons, but these are the very same people who saying that why they ain't gonna get a veteran. Here you go, right here on the silver platter. This opportunity don't go so well. These are the same people that was supporting Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond saying shit like this. He better than both of them at that point. He better than both of them. Let's be real. Y'all was saying, oh, I love Andre Drummond, but Ben Simmons is better than him. All Andre can do is rebound. Ben can defend. He can run the show. He can cut to the basket. Guess what? If it don't work, guess what? In 2 years, I can flip this guy. You bring somebody who had playoff presence and a veteran leadership in the locker room that can play. Just think about the versatility that you would have between him and Cade. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that versatility with Bay. That's a big lineup right there. And you're not compromising athletically, bro. Where do you compromise athletically at? Cade pretty athletic. He pretty good athlete. Ben Simmons is an exceptional athlete. Jimmy Grant is a really good athlete. In worst case scenario, you can flip him for Draymond Green if it don't work. And get some picks out of Golden State. They want Ben Simmons. Daryl Morey just asking for too much. You know, it just make too much sense, bro. And like Buddy Hield coming here, this make too much sense. But these are the same people who say Ben can't do this, but they be so more, give Killian some time. Give Killian some time. Give Killian some time. What the fuck I'm giving him? He can't play. Ben Simmons can clearly play. Let's keep it real. Ben Simmons can clearly play. Killian can't hold a candle to Ben Simmons. But y'all wouldn't give Killian a chance, but not Ben Simmons. If y'all really think they're going to make the playoffs next year with this core they got now, y'all smoking crack. You add Ben Simmons, you might have a chance. You might have a chance. He said, "Do you think we can give Philly a package they would like?" That's the thing, bro. I'm not willing to part ways with a lot of assets. I'm not willing to throw a lot of shit in there. I'm just saying, since nobody throwing packages that they like out there, maybe we can throw something together that they like as far as for the future. You know, maybe you could throw a Jimmy Grant in there. What else? Let me pull up the roster. I apologize, man. Hold on. Let's pull up the roster. I'm not saying go out there and give your arm and leg for this guy. I'm not saying that. What I'm literally saying is I think we approaching them getting desperate. We approaching them needing a value deal. You know what I'm saying? And you look at what they got. You talking about guys like Josh Jackson, he can help them out. Frank Jackson can help them out. And then if you get rid of some of those guys, you got the kid Jamarco Pickett that might do pretty good. I mean, you got some guys, Diallo, you know what I'm saying? And Killian Hayes, if they looking for somebody to run the show, Killian can come in there and pretty much do the same thing Ben Simmons can do. Well, that's his potential, but you know, he's more of a willing shooter. You know, you're talking about Jackson. You know, if you don't want to give up, I'm not giving up my core guys. The only person I think I might be willing to give up is maybe Jimmy Grant. You know, but he want to be here. You know, but like I said before, man, if I can, you know, give up 2022, 2023, or 2024, 25, a combination of a few picks there, you know, maybe so. Maybe I'll throw a third team in there. Maybe so, but I'm just saying, you know, y'all talking about wanting the playoffs, you know, wanting to make the playoff anytime soon. He's somebody that provides immediate help. He's somebody that provides immediate help. He's somebody that gives you the most versatile lineup in the league. The only thing about it that's going to hold you back is Dwayne Casey. That's the only thing that's going to hold you back. But you give him and Cade, they don't necessarily have to be in the backcourt. But you put both of them out there, you know what I'm saying? And Cade's scoring ability and Isaiah Stewart getting better every day. And Sadiq Bey, all Sadiq Bey got to do is spot up. All he got to do is stay ready. He might go out there and average 20 points just off of open looks. If they pack the paint, guess what? I got Jeremy Grant who can shoot on the outside. I got Cade who can shoot on the outside. I got Stewart who's starting to pop on the outside. Stewart on the lineup, Olenek and guards who can pop on the outside. I got Bey who can pop on the outside. I could put Rodney McGruder, Josh Jackson who could pop on the outside or who could penetrate and kick. So the lineup is very but yeah, they do want too much. But guess what? You know, as training camp come and he missed more games, and people forget in the beginning of the training camp or sometime in training camp, he get half his salary up front. They gonna get desperate. They getting desperate, bro. They'll have nowhere to go. They try to go with Denver for Jamal Murray. They tried to go with Sacramento. Sit down. They tried to go with the Sacramento. They tried to go with a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? I think we could put a better package than Minnesota together. The teams that I kind of will fear as competition is the Knicks, the Hawks. Them the only team, or the Heat. Them the only two teams, the Knicks and the Hawks, I will fear as competition. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota don't have much to offer but high picks like we do. And I'm telling you, you can take a look here, man. I got let me see this right. I got Jackson. I got Frank. I got the two Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? Or Diallo. Or bare minimum, you know, I got Jeremy Grant and some picks. And I think at some point they gonna bite. They're not getting a superstar back for him. That's just point blank period. They're not getting a superstar back for him. They're not even getting Draymond Green back for him. This is the facts. If Detroit offers a good deal, I mean, it ain't even about a good deal. They getting desperate by the day. So watch when training camp come. If we get to the end of the preseason or we get to the middle of the preseason and he not there, they gonna be desperate. I'm telling you. I'm looking at this as a value deal, not as a fair market deal. A fair market deal for Ben Simmons. What is fair market deal for Ben Simmons? I think Malcolm Brogdon in the first round pick is fair market deal for somebody who can't shoot. So I don't think CJ McCollum for Ben Simmons is fair market deal. I think if I'm Portland, you know what I'm saying? I think I'd rather keep McCollum right now. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. So it depends on fair market. I'm looking at this as a value deal. I'm not looking at this like I'll give you Stewart, Killian, Bay, and Jackson. No, I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at this as a every day that goes past, his value is dropping. It's not because him as particular as a player, his player value is already dropped based on his last couple playoff performances and his injury history, right? His playoff performance his performance is dropped already. We talking about him not showing up to Philly. He dropping every day. We talking about he said I play anywhere. He dropping every day. Think about that for a minute. When somebody say I play anywhere and he not showing up to training camp, he probably gonna miss some preseason games. He may miss some regular season games. That's when you say value deal. You know what? I could try to get this guy. It ain't even to the point where we gonna finesse Philly. It's similar to Deshaun Watson. Houston has diminished his value so much that they're not gonna get nothing for him, even after he cleared the cases. If he clear those cases, they're not gonna get a lot for him. And if they do get a lot for him, somebody was desperate. In Philadelphia, his not only off the court has his stock dropped, but on the court it's dropped. So they're not gonna get a lot for him. Y'all can take Simmons from us if y'all want. Might as well. We're not in the win now mode. But if we got Ben Simmons, we might make the playoffs. Let's keep it real. If Cade is who we think Cade is, and you know, it's just a fit. In Philly, y'all don't have enough value. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all don't have enough value as far as shooting and talent. Let's say you put him on pick a team. You put him on the Knicks, right? Let's just say you put him on the Knicks. The Knicks trade their Knicks 5 first-round picks for him, per se. And they trade some little shit for him, like Alex Burke or something. You put him on the Knicks right now, guess what? I don't have to worry about Julius Randle not going right. I'm taking the ball out of Randle's hand at least 50% more, 60% more time. I'm giving it to Ben Simmons. Now what that does is that makes Julius Randle more effective off the ball. Now I can post Julius. Now I can cut Julius. Now they can't zero on Julius not being able to go right. Now RJ Beard getting open looks. Now he getting into a rhythm. Now I'm getting them easy buckets. I don't know their whole roster, but now guess what? With Derrick Rose, now I can put Ben at the 3 or 4. I can play pick and pop, pick and roll with Derrick Rose and Ben Simmons. Guess what? Now Julius Randle don't got to defend the best player. Now I could put him on Trae Young. I could put RJ Beard on the next best defense. It would make the Knicks. That probably would make the Knicks get over the hump. They would probably advance to the second round. I'm not saying they would be a championship team, but what he would bring to the Knicks would be Randle can shoot. Barrett can shoot. Rose is becoming a better shooter. You know what I'm saying? That would get the Knicks to the next level. Him taking away Trae Young by himself is worth the Knicks trading for Ben Simmons. They stop Trae Young, maybe they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? Maybe help Mitchell Robinson become a better player if he's still there. Maybe help him become a better defender. You know what I'm saying? So he has value as a veteran. He has value as a defender. He has value as a playmaker. He has value as versatile. If I'm the Knicks, I'm doing it. It makes too much sense if I'm the Knicks. I'm getting over the hump. And what the fuck if Julius Randle learned to go right? It's over with. If Randle learned to go right and you get somebody like Ben Simmons or you get somebody like De'Aaron Fox over there that can take some pressure off, the Knicks might be the champions of the East. Because guess what? Kyrie, he can't play in Brooklyn. We just leave it at that. I'm not going to speak on the 19, right? He can't play in Brooklyn, right? But you also can count on Kyrie not being healthy and James Harden not coming to the playoffs. Your biggest competition in the East is Milwaukee. Because guess what? Giannis is still getting better. I'm not worried about Brooklyn because Kevin Durant can get injured. James Harden don't show up in playoffs, and Kyrie is always injured. The team, if the team that I'm worried about is Milwaukee and Atlanta. Those are the 2 teams in the East I'm worried about right now. Milwaukee and Atlanta. Because Milwaukee is a healthy DeAndre Hunter away from being a championship team. I think they would have beat Phoenix just looking at hindsight. You know what I'm saying? Hunter healthy. And if Reddish develop into what he supposed to be, Atlanta probably gonna run the East for a while. They young, they don't know no better. They got a killer mentality. Atlanta will be the team that I scared the most, especially if they add a guy like Ben Simmons, the Trae Young stopper. Damn, he just come talking and crazy. Yeah, he gone. I don't play that shit. Imagine he gets traded and starts shooting. Maybe we know for a fact, Henry. Shout out to my boy Henry. We know for a fact that they messed up Markelle Fultz. We know for a fact. We see him shooting in open run like it's nothing. All he needs is a push. I would if I was Philadelphia, I would have been sent him to go train with Tony Parker. Should Simmons be playing? I mean, it's positionless. I'm always reminded of that. It's positionless. But he said Ben Simmons should be playing the point forward. Yeah, true. He could play power forward. He could play center. Draymond plays center. Remember, he's starting to get his man body. So, I mean, do you post him up? You can sometimes you can let him run the show. Sometimes you can let Cade run the show. Sometimes you can post Cade and they can play high low. Sometimes you can post Ben, he can play high low. But Detroit and the Knicks allow him space. That's what they allowed him, space. If he played with the twos 50% of the time with Detroit, it allows him space. Because Olynyk and this nigga Miles just farted, man. Get on. Olynyk and Garza provide space. Grant provides space. Base, Magruder, they provide space. Jackson, he provides space. Frank Jackson, he provides space. Josh provides space. You know what I'm saying? So you got space. You know what I'm saying? And also, you got fucking space. The first round, and hey, I mean, yeah, you can say that, but I think it'd have to be multiple firsts. If that's the word, it'll be multiple firsts, protected firsts. I wouldn't do 2022 myself. That's why I say it would be multiple firsts, but I probably would think Josh Jackson. But then if you trade Josh Jackson, why did you trade DeBoyer? Unless you looking at it as a part as if Savitas is going to have a role, or you like Jamarco Pickett to have a role, or Trey Lyles going to have a big role. So if you do get rid of Josh Jackson, then Isaiah Stewart going to have a bigger role, or who I just say Savitas is going to have a bigger role. And I wouldn't mind seeing more Savitas because he can literally shoot the ball. I think they want to get Savitas stronger in the gym, but I think he can shoot it. So what's going on, man? He said, I would definitely pull the trigger for. Yeah, I would just do it for the value. I'm not sitting here giving up half my roster, half my picks. But for the value, yeah. If I could just give up first round pick and hey, I'll do it. I mean, yeah, that's what we like. Like maybe Josh Jackson, a Diallo, somebody, because the word in the street is they also looking to trade Tyrese Maxey to get him out of Philly. That's kind of some of the rumors that you hear too. So, I mean, if you getting Tyrese Maxey back, then I think some people might go a step forward. But if I'm Philly, I'm keeping Maxey. Would you trade Jeremy Grant for Ben Simmons? That's tough. To be honest, man, I would think twice about that because Jeremy Grant is a Piston. He's blue collar, hard working. That's the only thing I trade for him. Then it'd just be Jeremy Grant. What are you doing? Bye. Get no more cornbread cookie. I bought this cornbread cookie, man, from Charlotte. I'm trying to get some more of my cookie. Bye, bro. He said, if you were interested, would you trade Simmons? Look like though. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Jackson, Killian. As far as I would go, it's Jeremy Grant straight up. That's as far as I would go. But like I said, the longer you wait, the more his value drops. Jeremy Grant, hell no, Ben Simmons, 8 on L. I agree, but that's something that you would think about. Because if you think about the wing position, if you think about the wing position, guess what? I can put Josh Jackson in there, and I could be pretty happy about Josh Jackson. I think he's gonna continue to get better, and I think he's gonna stay out of trouble. I feel that way. Guess what? Sadiq Bey. I could put Sadiq Bey at that position and not be no drop off. Think about it. I could put Ben at the 4, point power forward type of Draymond type of cat. I could put Stewart at the 5. I could put Bey at his natural position at the 3. I could put Cade at the 1, and then Diallo or Josh Jackson at the 2 or bring one or the other off the bench. So really, remember, you have a log jam at the 3 position. You did get rid of DeBoyer, but guess what? I could plug Josh Jackson in there and Ben in there, and I could be okay. It's the reason you brought back Diallo. Don't forget you still got Killian Hayes. So, yeah, Ben Simmons, yeah, he's an all-star player, no doubt. He's an all-defensive player, defensive of the year, player of the year type of guy. And don't forget, too, what if Utah ready to trade Rudy Gobert? Hold on. Yeah, I'm watching my mom, dog. He being hard-headed. But, yeah, what about Rudy Gobert? Yeah, what about you add Rudy Gobert, too? You know what I'm saying? Would you trade Isaiah Stewart and Josh Jackson for Rudy Gobert? I might think about that one. I think Gobert is a Piston. He just, today's age, you need to shoot or dominate the block. I think getting Simmons will rush to rebuild again. It depends on what you give up. If you're giving up multiple young players like Stewart, Killian, Bay, Grant, I agree with your statement. But if you're not giving up those young assets, I think you're not giving up the 2022 first round pick. I don't think you would. I think you speeding up the process without destroying the process. I think he only can help Cade Cunningham. I think he only can help Stewart and Bay. I think he only can help defensively. I think he only can hurt. I think he only can help Garza and Jackson and Olynyk. I think he only can help. I don't think Ben Simmons is a guy that come in here. I'm a me guy. I'm a selfish guy. It's my team. I don't think so. I think when he said I'm willing to go anywhere, I think when he said that, I think he really willing. I think you're gonna get a angry revenge type of Ben Simmons. So, like I said before, I'm not going crazy for him. You might have to bring in a third team. I'm not trading a 2022 pick for him, but I do think that you bringing in the version of Blake Griffin that people thought they was bringing in, as far as somebody that still can do it, but he's also in his prime. So, Blake Griffin was still really good when he got to Detroit. He was playing the best basketball, but physically he wasn't in his prime. Had Blake been in his prime, bro, we probably would make the playoffs. Had they got Giannis, and had they end up getting Giannis over KCP, and had they end up picking Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker over Stanley Johnson, whoever it was, I think Blake Griffin would be a championship guy. I think he would have. But, at the end of the day, if, we didn't draft well, now we drafting well, so I take that. He said all-star, but I don't think he's an all-star by height, bro. I mean, if you want to say he's an all-star by height, I don't think it's height. I just think in Philadelphia, he's a regular season player. Hold on, I messed up. My bad. I think in it's playoff basketball. And playoff basketball, they zero in on what you can and what you can't do. And that's why Julius Randle struggled in the playoffs. But you looking at saying that he's an all-star height. Hold on. I'm going to that. I mean, you look at him. You look at, he averaged almost 16 points, almost 2 steals, almost 8 total rebounds. You know what I'm saying? You look at some of those numbers that he's doing multiple things. 54% from the field, shooting most in the paint. That's his rookie year. He almost got to 17 points, almost 9 rebounds, 7 assists. His turnovers was the lowest in his career his first 2 years. 1.4 steal. You know what I'm saying? Just look at some of the things he's doing. Free throw shooting is concerning. But it's not been Wallace or Shaq bad. He's shooting over 60% the last 3 seasons. So there's something there. There's something there with his shooting. There's potential there. He dropped down 16.4, but he get 2.1 steals, 8 assists a game, 7.8. So he's doing it. He's doing these things on a good level in the regular season. Can we get him to do this on on the playoff stage. And I think it's more about his shooting. It's more about his team. Draymond Good would be a good fit. Yeah, he's definitely a Piston. I think Ben Simmons is a Piston. I just think he's got a prima donna type of reputation attached to him. But you talking about getting his hands dirty, defending. He could be our Robin. Rodman couldn't fucking shoot. I think in Detroit we can turn him into Rodman, and if he get a jumper, then he can be more of a polished Draymond Green with the ball handles. Simmons is overhyped better. I don't think he's a little better than Draymond. I think you could put Ben Simmons on somebody like Trae Young, and it's over with. You look at him and Ben Draymond's numbers, it's non-comparable. By far, he's a better player. Draymond just ain't afraid to shoot the ball. But you look at him stopping people, he literally can stop you. He literally is better at attacking the basket. He's literally better than Draymond at making people better. So, like I said before, just my opinion. The NBA bar is low. You can just it's not about the points averages. I mean, Dennis Rodman made all-star teams and he didn't score points. It's not about that's what's wrong with this era of basketball. Everybody just look at points per game. And Karl Anthony Towns could put up a tremendous amount of points, but he doesn't impact the win column. One thing you can say about Ben Simmons, what he do, it impacts the win column. What he does, it impacts the win column. What Karl Anthony Towns do, it doesn't impact the win column. If Towns had the impact that Ben Simmons had defensively, Minnesota being in the playoffs, he'd be the best player in the league. He durable. He can shoot. He can post. One thing you say about Ben Simmons, he ain't soft. He might be mentally, jump shot must be fucking with him and his team verbally, but he's not mentally soft. Ben Simmons contributes to the win column. Let's get it. Karl Anthony Towns more talented offensively, but points per game, it's an overrated stat in my opinion. I watched T-Mac put up fucking 50 points a game on the Pistons, but he still lost the series and never advanced to the first round. Shaq, when he got to Orlando, they had a 32-game win differential from the year he wasn't there. It was more about Shaq making everybody better. Shaq couldn't shoot a fucking three to save his life. He couldn't even shoot a free throw. But what young Shaq did was he stabilized Orlando, a team who had won 20 games the year prior. They was one game out from missing the playoffs. That's impact. It might take 3 teams to pull off this trade. I'm against trading Grant. Too much potential. True. That is true. He can score, but guess what? The thing about trading Grant is you got layers at the wing. You got Bay that can step in and play the 3. You got Ben Simmons. So that's the thing. That's the good thing about it. I don't care if you're crying over there. Sit down. Simmons too much for a rebuilding team. I don't think he's too much for that. When somebody say I go anywhere, I think he understands that the Minnesotas, the New Orleans Pelicans, the New York Knicks and shit like that, and wherever the team's at, I think he's willing to start over, and I think you might get a hungry Ben Simmons. And not to mention, Philadelphia did hurt Markelle Fultz's jump shot too. Contract is $2 million. It's not too much for a rebuilding team because think about it. Cade on the contract for what? 4 or 5 more years. Jeremy Grant, you can sign him. You can go over the cap if you want to a Jeremy Grant. Bay on the contract for another 4 or 5 years. Who else you got? Killian another 4 or 5 years. Josh Jackson is going to continue to be a value pick. You can trade him, bring more value. So his contract is not too much for a rebuilding team at all. Because bare minimum, if you get 2, let's look at his contract. If you get 2 seasons out of him, and let's say, like Marv said, it don't work, right? If you get 2 seasons and it don't work, okay, look, we get this season, that season. Guess what? I can move this. I can move that. I can move the 77 or $78 million. 78. I can move that. In 2 years, that's why I'm confident about doing it for the right price. I can move this. At 20, 27, 28, he still be able to play. I can move that. So I'm not concerned about it. Now. If he had 5 or 6, 7 years on the contract, okay, I agree with you. That's hard to move, but I can move that. I can move that all day. I could trade him back to Philly. The contract don't worry me. I like Star Wars. You know about Star Wars, man. If you DM me on social media, I got the article that said that they bring in a few people back from the original, the Clone War. I mean, the first 3 episodes of Star Wars. But it's a rumor that Mace Windu, Samuel Jackson, he's going to be in the Mandalorian with several other people from the episode 1, 2, and 3 of the Mandalorian. So if you want that article, it's just rumor right now. But the guy that said it is pretty a straight shooter. So Samuel Jackson is actually going to come back, and him and the Orange Lady from the Clone Wars, they're actually going to come back, and they're going to be at the Jedi Temple. It's really centered around Order 66. So yeah, man, I love Star Wars, man. Facts, if Ben Simmons out there, that means Cadence could go crazy. Facts. And you got another playmaker. Yeah, you got a defender, where he ain't got to do the dirty work. But I'm going to run through these comments real quick. We're going to switch topics to Mark Jackson. He said, just I risk Simmons for Grant any day because we have K. He said, it was stated, though, we'd have to give up. I don't think you have to give up a lot. Each day that goes by, his value drops. If teams offering Malcolm Brogdon, Jamal Murray, his value going to drop. Now, if he show up and play, it's going to be hard to get him out of there. But as long as he don't show up and play, you'll be able to get him out of there. Why would I give up more? I know they got to trade this guy. I'm not giving up too much. Facts. Agree. That's what I'm saying. Whatever he's saying. He said, I fear to shoot scares. I'm not worried about it because in Detroit, you got shooters around him. And also in Philadelphia, they messed up. What's the kid named Markelle Fultz? So maybe in Detroit, you still could say him. I still high for Jeremy Grant. I like Grant, but he's not long-term answer for what they're trying to do. He's 28. That's old NBA years. Detroit will give Grant a first-round pick in 2 seconds. That's not bad. Cute baby. You look happy. 28 is good, bro. Young guys don't win this league. That's true. But today is a young league, too. Everybody's young. Pistons are going to win a title next to Demon this year. Mark my words. I don't know about 2. Ben Simmons need to go to Phoenix for Chris Paul, a better fit. I mean, I don't know if it's a better fit, bro. I think it's a great fit for him. But why would I agree with that. I can see that. I agree with that. But Chris Paul stabilized that franchise, so I don't see that happening. Ben is 24. He's just 25. So I'm not trading Chris Paul for Ben Simmons. I don't care how old Chris Paul is. But guess what? Also with Chris Paul, the injuries are always on the back of your mind too. So that's the thing about Chris Paul. The injuries is always there. Any of you familiar with Jim Jamata? I can't remember. Jamata. It says K twice as better as LeBron. I don't know who Gematria is, but I don't know if he's better than LeBron, man. I watched LeBron. I remember watching LeBron first game of the league versus Sacramento Kings staying up late. LeBron was special, bro. He couldn't even get to the Eastern Conference. Hell, at the end of the day, that's not his problem, bro. There was a Kawhi Leonard 3 that brimmed around the rim from going to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's not his fault. Completely his fault. Offensively, yes. But Joel Embiid, fat ass, can never get in shape. But I'll be right back. Give me a second. All right, my bad. Come here, boy. Come on, Chihuahua. Let me sit down. Let me get comfortable again. I got this Chihuahua in my lap. Here you go. Look, Chihuahua. What you think about trading for Ben Simmons? He said he wouldn't do it. He said he wouldn't do it for all the team in China. He said he keep his Piston players. He said we gonna win with them. What you just say about Killian? He said like Killian ain't gonna be an all-star. So I don't know about that shit. I don't know about that. But that's what he said. He be usually right. He said, yeah, this the Pistons win the title. Okay, look up. I'm gonna look at that right now, brother. It's a alphanumerical code to assigning a numerical value to name a word or phrase according to its letters. Okay, what's the history on that? Look, it's all scripted. Yeah, we know that. Give me Fox. I don't want to touch that guy. Ben, I like Fox. Fox a problem. Fox averages 25 points a game. I just woke up. Love the name. Okay. He said would be dope as Fox would be dope as fuck. He ain't going nowhere, bro. Not Buddy Hield. Who would you give up for Ben Simmons? I said bare minimum, I would give up Jeremy Grant, but I would think about it. But in for value, I would give up 2023 or a pref love 2 or 3 of 2023, 2024, 2025 first. Not all consecutive. And I give up a guy like Josh Jackson, a guy like what I say, Frank Jackson, guys like that, and Killian, maybe something like that. So I don't know. It'd be more of that than Jeremy Grant. But I'm not giving up Bay. I'm not giving up Kate. Obviously, I'm not giving up Stewart, but they wouldn't need Stewart, right? I forgot Andre Drummond over there. Shit, send Drummond back so y'all can be happy. I'm joking. He's shooting an open run because he's playing the guys that work at 9 to 5. Them guys got to work. They're not training when they're playing against guys. My thing is that he don't want. But my thing is this, bro. The mechanics there. Even in an open run, if you open at the elbow, you can do that in an open run. Why can't you do that from the elbow? You know, and I agree with you saying, but my thing is, why you can't just do that from the elbow? It's just too much. First round, second, okay, players just for passing, making like him look like Rodman in my eye. Yeah, I'm cool with Rodman. I think just a little bit more of evil in him, or a little bit more dog in him. But I think he a dog. If NBA players can play guys and I'm not concerned about. I'm just saying the mechanics are there with his shot. It's not Cartwright jumper. Everybody shoot good. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Everybody don't shoot. I know niggas who can. I ain't played in years, so I ain't ran in years, so I can't really talk. Yeah, open run numbers always in play. But if you can't shoot, you can't shoot. If he can pull up like that, why he can't just pull up like that from the elbow? That's all he need. That's all he need. Yeah, Simmons and Draymond, but I think Simmons do what Draymond do best on a better scale, on a higher scale. Draymond just a better shooter. I need you to take a shot that we paying you to take. I don't need you to take them shots. But at the end of the day, where do you think it begins at? Where do you think confidence begins at? Building this confidence. You're not gonna build confidence shooting on LeBron or shooting on the 30 or the 12th player. You're gonna not build confidence in the G League. Confidence got to start in the gym. Confidence got to start with you in whoever passed you the ball. If it's the little automatic shooter, whatever. That's what shooting gonna start. That's what's wrong with y'all people today in the NBA. You can't go from not being able to shoot to shooting threes. That's not how it works. You know, when I was playing basketball, we wasn't shooting threes from the layup line. Layups, mid-range jumpers, then maybe a 3-shot. That gets you in a rhythm. These guys today, they want to master a 3-point shot before they master the elbow, before they master the post, before they master the mid-post. You can't do that. So confidence has to be built somewhere. Confidence can't be built on the NBA level. That's what I'm saying. Confidence has to be built from a minimum level. And that's what people don't realize. You got motherfuckers who can't even shoot a 10-footer off the block shooting 3-pointers. And when they run them off the 3-point line, they forget how to shoot. To me, Ben Simmons is the same player as Lonzo Ball. Lonzo can shoot the ball. He can shoot the ball. Go look at his percentages. Lonzo can shoot. The issue with Lonzo is he physically can't stay healthy. The shooting is a non-factor no more. He shot like 40+% from the 3 last season. That's not the problem with Lonzo. It's durability. I think Lonzo at his best is better than Ben Simmons at his best. Just that Lonzo can't stay healthy. You say, if I'm LA Clippers, I'm trying to get Ben. Yeah, that's facts. That makes sense. I agree with that. Go Bird, bro, but Ben, no go Bird. I think go Bird would be good in Detroit. You know, I think he'd be good in Detroit, but like I said, you got Stewart. People get mad at Gobert because, you know, what happened to play. That's coaching. Gobert is athletically enough, is good enough to get out there and defend a three. Gobert, you can put Gobert in the middle, and Gobert can win a championship. Long story short, you put Gobert in Boston, Boston might win it all. You put Ben Simmons and Gobert in Boston, they win it all. And tell me I'm lying. That's all they need. Is somebody to defend the rim and somebody to get Brown and Smart and Tatum easy shots. But like I said before, easier said than done. Ben only a star because his height, nothing he do on the court makes me. What you mean nothing he do on the court? He defend, he rebound, he make people better. That makes no sense. It's not because he literally can play basketball. He just can't shoot. That's what make y'all. Rodman made all-star teams that he couldn't shoot. It's more than basketball than scoring. That's the name of the game, but it's more than scoring. People brag about his defense. I seen Trae Young take the same. He was locking Trae Young the fuck up. It's just that Trae Young started using screens to get him loose. He was fucking Trae Young up. You can't say that, bro. He's stopping shit, bro. He's a fantastic defender. Let's say he get injured for the season. Philly not going far. People like Ben Simmons, people like Ben Simmons, so you will with people like you, they make up excuses. Like, no, it's no excuses, bro. He can't shoot the fucking ball. What more do you want me to say? He can't shoot. I'm not concerned about that in Detroit because everywhere in Detroit, I got shooters. Who can't shoot on Detroit right now? Stewart starting to shoot. You say he can't shoot, cool. Bay, Cade. Only person you worry about is Killian. If he in the lineup, Killian not gonna be in the lineup. So I'm not worried about that. Everybody in Detroit can shoot. I'm just trying to figure out who can't shoot. So I'm not worried about that. Miles Turner. I don't want Miles Turner or Sabonis. What the fuck I need with Miles Turner for? I got Isaiah Stewart. What I need with Turner for? Turner ain't shit defensively neither. He can block a couple shots. And you talking about shooting, Sabonis can't shoot. Sabonis is a really good block player, but he ain't his daddy. Sabonis is a really good block player. He's a rebounder. He do the dirty work, but he can't shoot. He ain't no three-point shooter. I'm not worried about he can shoot, but y'all saying Ben can't shoot. What I need Sabonis for, and I got Isaiah Stewart. Honestly, what I got him for? Don't want no damn Turner. Turner ain't shit. I'm telling y'all that. He's soft as baby pudding. And I love Sabonis. Sabonis is a fundamentally old school block guy. Go look at his old man. His old man will be one of the greatest basketball players that he's been allowed to play over here. But Sabonis, no. Y'all won't give Jeremy Grant a chance. Jeremy Grant don't need to score the basketball. He do the dirty shit. I don't think he's a bad player. I just don't want him on my team. Why not? Why not with Ben Simmons? Y'all wanted Blake Griffin on the team, and all Blake Griffin did was hold the ball. Come on, y'all was talking about Andre Drummond. Ben Simmons is way better than Andre. All Andre Drummond can do is rebound. Hold on. That's all he can do is rebound the ball. That's why I'm confused. Bro. Like, if you look at the team right now, you plug him there. His weaknesses don't matter in Detroit. If you put those two in Boston, we still going, man, y'all trash. Y'all old as hell. You think Westbrook and LeBron gonna work? You smoking crack, Sean. You smoking crack the long way. And the only reason y'all probably gonna come out the West because Kawhi and Jamal Murray injured. Let's be real. All y'all got to do is beat Phoenix. That's it. That's all it. You ain't worried about Lillard. I'm not worried about Zion. I'm not worried about. Only people I'm worried about is Phoenix. AD on fucking Jokic. So I'm not worried about it. The Lakers just got the path to least resistance. What you giving? The bare fucking minimum. Every day Ben Simmons don't show up to camp, his value drop. So the bare minimum. I'm willing to give up 2023, 2024, 25, 26. Two of them. Bare minimum, we're going to give Jeremy Grant and Killian Hayes. Or Josh Jackson, Frank Jackson, Killian Hayes, and a couple picks. We're not talking about giving up Stewart, Bay, Cade, Grant. Really, I'm not talking about giving up them. We talking about a value. That's it. We're not talking about give up Jeremy Grant for real. I mean, I think about it. I'm on the fence. If I can get Jeremy Grant for Ben Simmons, I probably would do it straight up. But that's not gonna happen. I'm not giving up a pick. I'm not giving up none of that. He said, even if he wasn't, no, y'all not. Y'all not beating the Clippers straight up and down. Y'all wasn't beating the Clippers. Y'all can never beat the Clippers. Y'all got lucky because the Clippers just kept running into bad matchups. Y'all wasn't beating the Clippers, bro. Clippers bust y'all. Kawhi, LeBron oldest. I'm not worried about the Lakers. They just coming out the West because of the conference. That's it. Because of the injuries. I'm not worried about the Lakers. I'm not worried about it. Milwaukee probably gonna repeat. I hope Milwaukee fucking repeat. I fuck with Giannis for winning last year. But let's move on. Let's talk about Mark Jackson. He did an interview with Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. And I was thinking, like, what you got to lose? Because we know Dwayne Casey's like 60-something fucking years old, right? Dwayne Casey is like 60 years old. That's why they only extended him for a year, right? Dwayne Casey is probably going to move in the front office or he's going to move into management. All right, that's what's going to happen with Dwayne Casey. Dwayne Casey is going to move in a different position throughout the Detroit Pistons organization. That's just what's going to happen. You like it or you don't like it or you do like it. He's going to move into a different position, right? He's going to eventually probably run the team from the front office. Maybe not Detroit, but eventually he's gonna run the team, right? He's 64 right now. What's John Beeline? Let me see. Let's see what John Beeline. He's somewhere in there. John Beeline 68. So at the end of the day, he's an older coach. So eventually, you know, and Jerome Allen or whatever they hired from Boston, he may be the next head coach. But my thing was, one thing we know about Mark Jackson, right? One thing we know about Mark Jackson is that it's a high risk, low. It's a high reward, low risk. Mark Jackson is a low risk coach. One thing we know about Mark Jackson is he gonna develop. That's one thing we know about Mark. He gonna develop young guys. Before he got there, Steph and Clay wasn't shit. Before he got there, they missed the playoffs 19 out of 20 seasons. One thing we know about him, without him, he wouldn't be who he is today. Let's be real. Without him, he wouldn't be who he is today. Could you imagine? Do you imagine the TV game's gonna give Mark Jackson being coach in Detroit, along with Cade Cunningham and another pick next year? Detroit profile gonna rise. But you're not only hiring him because of getting national television games. You hiring him because he gonna develop him. He can be a Rick Carlisle. Most people think Rick Carlisle could have won a championship with Detroit regardless. Maybe that's true, right? But one thing about him, he good for Jeremy Grant, he good for Jackson, he good for Stewart, he good for Bay. You know what? If you choose to keep Killian Hayes around, he good for him too. Mark Jackson wasn't the greatest shooter, but the one thing about Mark Jackson is he knew how to play basketball. He knew how to play both ends. He knew how to play point guard. He knew how to get around without being the greatest shooter. But also with his limitations as a player, he still knew how to get the most out of this guy. He didn't put his limitations on this guy. He didn't put his limitations on how basketball used to be played on Steph Curry. He allowed Steph Curry to usher in a new era of basketball. He didn't stop Steph Curry to modernizing basketball. He believed that Steph Curry, the way Steph and Clay played, he believed in them. He believed in them. He let them have the ultimate green light. So if Mark Jackson, a guy who played throughout the 90s and he came from St. John's, right? If a guy like him he's 56 years old at the time, probably 40 something. If a guy like him who was drafted in 1987, right? He was drafted in 1987. Look, he played against Kobe Bryant, right? If he can see or believe in this new modern basketball, why can't he help modernize Cade Cunningham? Detroit is perfect for him. It's perfect for him. It's perfect. And it'd be his opportunity. It'd be his opportunity to prove that he can win a championship. It'd be his opportunity. You like, why would he want to come to Detroit? For one, he need an opportunity. All right. For two, look at the young pieces that you got in Detroit. What don't he got? He got a shooter in K. He got a shooter in Cunningham. He got a all-around player in Cunningham and Jeremy Grant. He got depth. One more draft pick. Come on. Talking about playoffs. You talking about the Pistons maybe battling for the East with the Knicks and the Hawks. Because one thing we know about Milwaukee, they got a nice youth infusion, but Holiday is an older player. One thing we know about Brooklyn, they older and they injury prone, right? One thing we know about the 76ers is, are they going to be able to replace Ben Simmons? And we know for fact, overweight players like Joel Embiid with foot issues and back issues, they don't get healthier. So if you really thinking about Detroit rising in the East at a rapid rate, and somebody who not stuck in 1980s and 1990 basketball and early 2000 basketball, and somebody that's going to be able to modernize, mature, and get respect in the locker room, you talking about Mark Jackson. And he did come out and say on the Club Shay that all the rumors about him trying to turn Andrew Bogut from an atheist to Christianity, that it wasn't true. And we know they're gonna be. We know he can get the most out of Cade Cunningham. We know he gonna get the most out of all of them. I think if he was allowed to keep that Golden State team, they would have won the championship over him. And for whatever reason, ownership didn't like him, Steve Kerr. If you put him in, let's say you put Steve Kerr in Cleveland and you put Mark Jackson in Detroit, Cleveland got just as much talent as we do. I think Mark Jackson still come out on top as a coach. Let's be real. Have anybody seen hold on, my bad. Hold on. We talking about Steve Kerr is a good basketball player, no doubt about it. But have we seen him? We seen Luke Walton take that team and they win a whole bunch of games while Steve Kerr was sick. We seen Mike Brown win a whole bunch of games while Steve Kerr was sick. I think Detroit need to look long and hard at Mark Jackson before he get another opportunity. But to be honest, I don't think he got a better opportunity than here. Kwesi got one more year on his contract. You know what I would do? Whatever position I'm going to get Casey in the organization, I would bring Mark in as a senior advisor. I would say, Mark, you'll be a senior advisor. We gon' eventually bring you on as head coach. Casey got the 2022, 2020. What is it? 2022, 20. What is it now? 20. He got the 2021. Hold on. 2022, 23 season. After that, you're gonna be the head coach. And I would tell Jerome Allen that my intentions are to help you become a head coach. Those are my intentions. If something happened to Mark, we got you. If you get a better opportunity somewhere else, we all for it. But this guy, they gave Alvin Gentry a chance. Doug Collins was never a great coach. Evident in The Last Dance that Phil Jackson took the same roster and won a championship. So like I said before, I would bring him in. And I would still allow him to do his ESPN as a special advisor. But the one thing I like most about Mark Jackson is not his color. It is not Steph Curry. No, it's not. So it's how he didn't stop Steph and Clay from modernizing in the NBA. Because think about it. What if Steve Kerr came in? Would he allow Steph and Clay to play the way they played? Would he allow Draymond to come in? Remember, Draymond came in because somebody got injured, and he played really, really well. Would Steve Kerr would have threw Draymond back on the bench? Probably so. Mark Jackson allowed those young guys, when they proved that they can do what they do in practice, he allowed them to modernize their game and modernize the NBA. My question: if Steve Kerr came in there, he probably would make Steph Curry play within the Greg Popovich offense or the triangle. Tell me I'm lying. Steph Curry would not have been able, him and Clay would not have been able to do what they're doing without Mark Jackson allowing it. And that's my honest opinion. Mark is responsible for how the NBA is played today, as much as Steph Curry, because he allowed Steph Curry to do it. He allowed it to happen. So, like I said before, who better else to help modernize your offense than him? Was it, he played too much ISO basketball, this, that, and the third? So the fuck did Steve Kerr. They played with some plays, but ultimately it was Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond building each other out. So if I'm Detroit and I'm unless they got a secret white ball on Mark Jackson, I bring him in as a special advisor, allow him to keep doing his thing at ESPN. And I tell Jerome Allen, the dude, whoever his name is, came from Boston, that you up next. And if y'all want Detroit is way more than bringing Ben Simmons in, this guy be the most integral, and he'd be the most integral part to us winning, bro. And that's the coolest thing about Mark Jackson. He allowed those young guys to be young and play free. I don't care about y'all. March Madness Elite Show. What's going on, bro? Appreciate it. Hold on. They won't let me go down. Here we go. We own the Clippers. Man, they getting their own arena. Stop hating. Get money. Who you want the Pistons to draft? I haven't looked, bro. I like they said the kid that, what's his name? I forget the dude. The one they said compared to Ray Allen. I like it. Ben is trash. I don't think he's trash, bro. Come on, man. You go find somebody that's 6'11" that can do what Ben do. That's rare. Ben will have a major chip on the shoulder next year. Probably will shoot more based on. Yeah, he might. People forget that Philadelphia messed up Markelle Fultz's shot. Let's not forget that. When he came off injury, I would love to see Mark coach and kill. Yeah, that'd be great for him and Cade Cunningham. I mean, even if you bring Ben Simmons in. Ben Simmons play next to Kobe or MJ. I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, he could have been Scotty. Scotty was a different type of defender, though. Scotty was physically more stronger, but Scotty was older, too. Move Casey to the office and bring Mark in. But yeah, right now, I would allow Casey, out of respect of what he done for the franchise, because he's done some things to help us sit down, to help us bring us back. Out of respect for him, I would let him finish his contract out. And then I would eventually, help him get a GM job somewhere else. I would love to let Avery Johnson, Jason Kidd. Well, Jason Kidd, I mean, he had a lot of baggage too, man. Some of the things I heard about Jason Kidd, about what was revealed about him, I wouldn't want Jason Kidd. The shit that they said that he did, and I believe what they said he did at the players. But Avery Johnson, yeah, I will love Avery Johnson. But I think Mark Jackson is just I forget that what he deserved, okay? But I just think how he allowed Steph and Clay to modernize basketball alone is the right fit for Detroit. Maybe he can project another style of basketball. Oh, he said Mark would be great. Yeah, it would be great. Bring him in the fold now. Let him get used to it. Juwan Howard was at the practice facility with Ben Wallace yesterday. We're going to get to Ben before I end it. Jalen and Chris Webber should have own show for Michigan. Should have their own show. Yeah, that'd be nice. But Chris Webber opening up that $50 million marijuana dispensary in Detroit. So he gonna give a lot of people job opportunities. Here, help you out, buddy. He gonna give people a lot of job opportunities, man. But like I said before, I ain't sticking around Detroit no more. I'm trying to get to Charlotte. So that's the game plan. If you was wondering, Charlotte was great. It was great. It was the best. It's the best kept secret. One of the best kept secrets in America. See how you give a nigga an inch and he take them all. Chihuahua. I got a huge Chihuahua mini penetrator. They great breeds, bro. The mini penetrator, actually, they were bred to hunt mice. So if you was wondering, he's strong too. If you was wondering, sorry, thank you, boy. If you was wondering, what are dogs? There's dogs that do everything. I forgot Ben is Rich Paul client. Wouldn't touch him. Rich Paul clients aren't loyal to them. I'm not worried about him being loyal because if it don't work, I'm flipping him. So I'm not really worried about. I agree with you saying a little bit. I'm not really worried about that. You know, I think if I think the locker room of young guys, I think he could be the natural leader. I think he liked Detroit. I put it to you that way. I think he liked Detroit. I think he would. When he said I go anywhere, bro, I think he liked Detroit. But let's talk about Isaiah Stewart, man. Isaiah Stewart was he was with Ben Wallace yesterday, right? So apparently Ben Wallace is gonna be around the franchise a little bit more. And honestly, I like that. I like that because I would put him on the payroll. I would put him on the payroll. I would put him on the payroll, and that's what you're supposed to do. Like I said before, with Isaiah Thomas, if we don't give Isaiah Thomas his flowers and statue outside Little Caesars, who will? The NBA don't give Isaiah the respect that he deserves. Let's be real, they don't give the respect that he deserves. So if we don't respect our old players that help this franchise get the prominence, who will? ESPN won't. That's my thing. So Ben Wallace, Juwan Howard dropping in on Pistons opening training camp. So it says the Pistons had a few distinguished guests the first day of training camp. Newly inducted Hall of Fame. Sorry, sit down. Center Ben Wallace and Michigan coach Juwan Howard. Wallace, who is becoming more of a presence around the Pistons practice facility in the organization, took some time to work with second-year center Isaiah Stewart. He said it's huge, just showing Stewart tricks of the trade and post defense. Ben is going to be with us this week in training camp, helping our big guys with their post defense, showing them tricks of the trade. There, Casey said. It's good to have been around, having him as an example for Luka Garza, Isaiah, and Kelly Olynyk is so important just because of his experience and what he's done and what it means to this franchise. And yeah, bring him on full time. Sorry, I don't know how I did that. Bring him on full time. And there you go. Bring it on full time, bro. You can hire people as a special assistant. Give him $100K a year. I think Ben probably still live in the area. He said for him to be a part of the organization and working with the guys he's going to do some scouting, we're really excited. So this is great stuff, bro. This is how you get ahead. You know what I'm saying? He said Stewart had been compared to a smaller version of Ben Wallace in style that he plays and effort and intensity that he shows when he's on the court. It's not a direct correlation from Wallace's game to Stewart, but technical aspects are important. He said, quote, I feel like Stewart. I feel like he can teach me a lot because of the guys he's guarded back then and the guys I'm going against. He went up against monsters in the post. Stewart said, quote, today was probably the most I ever talked to him. I took the time to ask him many questions as I could. I'm hearing that he's going to be around more. I'm definitely going to be picking his brain every day, and hopefully he doesn't get tired of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Howard wasn't just checking up on rookie Isaiah Stewart and his predecessor, Michigan coach Beeline, who is the assistant coach and director of players development. Casey invited Howard along with some other college coaches in the area who can drop in on training camp. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, Juwan Howard, man, might be an option for Detroit. So, I think if you want longevity, you don't want to move your family around the country, college basketball is where you want to be. College football is where you want to be. They're not going to run you out of town. So, I like it, bro. I think it's time to give Isaiah his flowers, trying to bring Joe Dumars back in the fold too and mend that relationship. And I think that's important. He said Stewart is the new millennium, Ben hustle and muscle, but with the new day jump shot. Yeah, he coming. Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. I think he can be that. Why do you think the Pistons never brought Chauncey Billups back for a job? Chauncey said he never wanted to coach. He wanted to be in the front office. So they said Chauncey didn't have the experience. You could look it up. It was an article. But when I went to the Big Three a couple years ago, I seen Chauncey. Chauncey still be around, bro. I seen Chauncey in the press room. So Chauncey be around. But I just think they say Chauncey didn't have experience. But like I said, neither did Mark Jackson. I thought Ben was already over ORG league. I think yeah, is he? I don't know. He might be. I think he's part owner. He's part owner. So like I said before, man, I think that's huge. Make sure I hit the thumbs up button. I think it's huge for Detroit, man, right there, man. To bring these old people back, old school people back. And like I said, I thought Bill Lambier should be a candidate to coach too. I thought if anybody was gonna give Bill Lambier a coaching job, because you know they whiteballed Bill Lambier. I know he white, but they whiteballed him. I think if anybody's gonna give Bill Lambier a chance, it should have been Detroit. So, you know, what's old boy that own him? Tom Gores, he gotta understand that too. He gotta understand that. Hold on. Sorry, boy. He gotta understand that the the legacy and stuff. But hey, I'll be back. Hopefully, I'll be back later with some more videos. But he said Rodman need to be bought. But yeah, you know what, Rodman, man. Rodman might light a fire under some of these dudes, man. Rodman, you bring Ben Simmons in, Rodman might bring the best out of Ben Simmons, bro. What up, though? Willow, he might bring the best out of Ben Simmons, bro. Rodman had these niggas on point. Rodman is probably the greatest all-around defender that I've seen. From guarding Shaq to guard Larry Bird. You know, Rodman, me bring Rodman back in, bro. Nigga. we gonna be a problem. I don't think Tom Gores reach out. Yeah, he don't understand it. What piece do you think the Pistons need to be a tie? It's just experience. It's the best piece. Experience. And then when you're talking about experience, you get that experience and you get that camaraderie and that experience. Then I think you add those veteran pieces to or you add those superstars to there. So, or the pieces that you need. So I just think it's camaraderie and experience. Time, all that type of stuff, and then we can move on. He said Rodman guarded Pippen back. He guarded everybody. He guarded wings. He guarded centers. He guarded everybody throughout his career. So like I said before, Rodman coming in, nigga, you might just need a month of Rodman or a week of Rodman. A year of Rodman, nigga, that is too much. But I do think Rodman is a great cautionary tale through all the things he's been through on the mental side in the basketball. I think I would bring Rodman in, Bill Lambier, Rodman, those type of dudes, man. So, ultimately we'll see, man. He said we just need the right veteran. Yeah. And that's why in today's game is very young. That's why you bring Lambier, you bring some of these special guests in to help these young guys. But Ben Wallace is a great fit, though. Ben Wallace is a great fit. Let me get out of here, man. Make sure you hit the thumbs up video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, on social media subscription. Want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal, link in the description. I'm out here struggling with this little guy, man. But I appreciate it, man. Want to make a donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal, link in the description. Sheet is in Memphis with Penny Hardaway, by the way. But hey, appreciate y'all. Peace.